family, and if they're in a country, say like Pakistan or Saudi Arabia, for example, they're worried about being persecuted by the government as well.
Not necessarily. I mean, the same can be said about Sikhs as well. I've met some Sikhs, I've met some Qadianis. They've said the same thing.
And Christians, I used to be a Christian. I've definitely met Christians who stopped believing but are worried about the social cost of leaving.
Yeah, and of course, if you're part of a family, you're part of a community, and you leave that community and that faith, you're going to feel ostracized.
Yes.
That's with any kind of ism or schism.
But Islam
like
does call for it, though. It calls for the death of apostates under a caliphate. It says that under a caliphate, if they rule that an apostate who leaves Islam and criticises it, they should be put to death. And that does lead to, obviously, the cultural attitudes as well, where people are afraid to be honest about their...
Not necessarily, because even if you look within liberalism as well, I mean, you look within the laws of Kant and Locke, even John Rawls as well. They say even within the frames of liberalism, there's... in fact, I think it was John Rawls or Kant who said that if the ruler says stand in front of a cannon, you stand in front of a cannon.
Yes.
So, and even Mosaic law, Locke or Kant, I forget which one, they said the apostasy within the law of the Mosaic law...
Is this a tu quoque fallacy? Is this saying that you as well? So Muslims call for...
Not necessarily.
Death of apostates. Some liberals call for death of people who go against the political order. Are you saying that...
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. But the reason why I'm bringing this up is because anytime the word apostasy or the leaving of the religion gets brought up, Islam is the primary religion that it gets brought up for.
Yes.
So what I'm saying is that if you are to talk about the morality of apostasy, then you should talk about it holistically and not single out a religion.
That's fair. I'm obviously talking to a Muslim.
No, I get that.
And with a Christian, I'll talk about Christianity. I guess it's really important for antinatalism as well, about having children, is that from my perspective, obviously you're bringing these children into the world, and according to Islam, this child, if they leave, because would you agree that there are good people, there are well-intentioned people who are not Muslims, like 3/4 of the world, there are still nice people out there?
Yeah, of course,
So one of these people could be someone who's born in an Islamic family. They choose to leave Islam, and according to Islam, because they've left, they're going to be killed in this life under the caliphate, not like as a vigilante, but under the caliphate, and then burn in hellfire forever. I think that is an extremely wrong thing to do. And if I'm a Muslim parent, and I'm thinking about whether or not to have children, and I think, well, if my child leaves Islam, they're going to be persecuted in this life and burn in hellfire in the next.
You've said
that's a very strong incentive for me not to have children.
You've said that a couple of times and categorically as well. So I'm forced to ask, like, where have you got this position from?
Sure.
That if you because this is the one criteria that you've given. If you leave Islam under a caliphate, you're going to be put to death.
And burning in hellfire is pretty...
Yeah, so where have you got that from?
From Islamic teachings.
Yeah, where? Because I haven't come across it.
You don't believe in hell?
No, I don't believe that of what you're saying, that there's a blanket rule that if you're under a caliphate and you leave Islam, you can be put to death.
No, not a blanket rule, but it's my understanding that...
Because you said that like a couple of times.
I spoke with Ali Dawah before. There's a video of me speaking with Ali Dawah where he defends it. I know that Mohammed Hijab have said it as well. They say that in an Islamic country and an Islamic caliphate, someone who leaves Islam and criticises the religion openly, and I think in Ali Dawah actually named public ex-Muslims, and he said that they should be killed. So he was very... and he said, we're proud of that, very proud of the fact that ex-Muslims will be killed under the caliphate.
Well, I'm not Ali Dawah.
No, that's fair. Do you think that... Do you disagree?
I'm not Ali Dawah.
Do you think that Ali Dawah is incorrect?
I'll give you the position. I'll give you an example or a case study of a caliphate, the Ottoman Empire.
Well, yes, where they were deported, but in the same way that I would like to...
So you're aware of that, isn't it?
Yes, because Mohammed just brought it up.
Yeah.
But you want the whole world to be Muslim, right?
So what do you think about that? That in the Ottoman Empire, somebody that left the faith was not put to death.
Well, I'm glad they weren't killed, but they were deported. But the thing is...
No, but you brought it up a couple of times. You said that leaving the faith under a caliphate would mean you're put to death. But this is a case of somebody not being put to death.
There won't be that option in an Islamic world, unless people were like deported to Mars.
That was an Islamic empire, the Ottoman Empire.
Yes.
And Vava Anam was deported.
Well, I'm really, really glad that they weren't killed.
I'm glad you're glad, but your premise was that if you're in a caliphate and you leave the religion, you will be put to death.
Yes.
I've given you an example, and you're aware of this example where a person was not put to death.
Yes.
So I'm trying to understand how do you reconcile this with your statement that you're going to be put to death?
Because when I said to Ali Dawah, but in the
can you not bring? I want to know what John thinks, and I want to know because you made the statement. I want to understand what you think. Ali and Hijab, look, kudos to those brothers. but I want to understand how you reconcile this with your statement.
Well, my statement is from speaking with Muslims, like Ali Dawah and Ahmadiyya. But from speaking with Muslims, they tell me that if the whole world was under a caliphate, which is what they want the whole world to be governed by Islamic law, there won't be anywhere for ex-Muslims to be deported to, and in which case they would be put to death if the caliph determined it to be the case. Again, not vigilante justice, but if the caliph determined that this was to be the case, they would be put to death. And again, this goes to the anti-natalist point. If you're a Muslim, your parent, your child could leave Islam one day, and then to be persecuted in this life and burn in hellfire in the next. A very strong reason
How would they be persecuted? I'm failing to understand that if a person leaves the religion in London, how are they going to be persecuted?
Well, I mean, Hatun Tash has been stabbed in the face at this park. So she left Islam, came here, criticised Islam.
Hatun Tash
was stabbed in the face.
No one has verified that Hatun Tash was a Muslim before. There's absolutely zero evidence that's credible to say this. So I'm curious to, why do you think she was a Muslim before?
Because she says she was.
Okay, if I say I was a chocolate biscuit, does that make me a chocolate biscuit?
No, but you tell me you're a Muslim, I take you at face value. She tells me that she was a Muslim, she's now a Christian, I take her at face value.
What you're doing is you're coming and you're representing a cause, yeah?
And the cause of anti-natalism.
Exactly. Yes. So this is a cause, so you're going to be speaking and engaging with a lot of people.
Yes.
Yeah, and you have a cause, so I think if you are an average Joe, for you to take things at face value, okay, fair enough. But because you have a team, you have an objective, I don't think it's sensible for you to just take, because X said this, therefore the whole of the religion believes this, because Y said this, therefore she was
it's from my conversations with Muslims, and that's the
but I don't think having a conversation with a Muslim implies that that's the teaching of the whole of Islam.
Well, I'm interested in the religion as it's practiced by people and what people believe in. As I said before, when it comes to anti-natalism, I will have to go after this, sorry.
Of course.
When it comes to anti-natalism, my starting point isn't to go up to them and say, you need to be an atheist like me and go from there.
No, but
whatever their worldview is,
but your point was that, look, they, as a Muslim, you believe they'll go to the hellfire and this will happen.
Well, many Muslims do believe this, would you agree?
Believe what?
That the Muslims I've talked to today, I mean, you might be different, sorry. Then again, I'm just going over what people are telling me, is that if their child leaves Islam, then they will go to hell.
If a person
burn in the lake of fire.
Yeah, of course we believe that there's a hellfire and you will burn in the hellfire as well.
A really strong reason not to have a kid is because your kid might be the one going to hellfire. Now, my kid is not going to be any chance of going to hellfire because I'm not going to create them. Whether that's the Islamic hellfire, the Christian hellfire, some other hellfire if there is one.
But you know what?
I'm not risking my kid going.
John, as a human being, that's a very sad way of living one's life.
How so?
I'll tell you. Because if you believe that, you know what, let's just say you have a friend and you're like, I want to protect that friend from this problem and that strife and this harm, you're going to keep them in a cotton wool, you're going to smother them, frankly. Yeah, you're not going to allow them from going out, from experiencing life and existence. That's exactly what you're doing. You're taking control of life, which is actually not in your control. You actually can't, even if you use contraception, John, even if you use contraception, you can't control life. If life is going to happen, it's going to happen. Do you agree?
No.
How are you going to stop it?
If I choose not to have sex again, then I'm not going to have any kids.
If
I choose not to donate, there's not going to be.
Not necessarily. So there's possibilities. There's kids here. So whose kids are these? Huh? Your little brothers. Because the conversation's a bit.
No, sorry, yes. We can steer away from it. I didn't mean to take it that.
Nice to see you guys.
Sorry, I didn't mean to take it in that direction. But you know what I mean?
No, I get you. I know it wasn't deliberate. I can tell from, but they've gone now.
Sorry, yes.
So there's ways of having kids without having sex.
Yes, but I mean, I would have to unless someone stole my sperm from me in my sleep.
No. There's ways that even if you're doing foreplay, which of course you believe that there's an attraction.
If I never did any of that, I never touched a woman again. Well, I never went to a sperm bank. I never did IVF. None of that.
Is that what you're committed to?
I'm not saying that I am personally committed to that. It would be a lonely life.
John,
it would be a lonely life. You are
practice correct, what you preach, mate. Come on.
No. I am practicing what I preach and not having children.
No, but would you never go near a woman to make sure that never happens, and you don't bring a child that's going to burn in the hellfire? Or, you know, he could potentially accept Islam, and surely you would want to stop that.
Well, no, but if I did accept Islam, then they might burn in the Christian hellfire as well. But no, honestly, it's been a really good chat. I do need to head off now.
Likewise.
Thank you so much. What's the name of the channel, sorry?
So, this is probably going to go on like, there's all these channels, Sam Dawah, Dawah to Soul, Smile2jannah Extra, there's a few of those.
That's good. Lawrence Anton, this is going to go on. Even though neither of us are Lawrence.
Lawrence Anton, yeah.
We should be getting some of his ad revenue. But no, thank you so much.
My pleasure. Take care, John. John, I'll just give you another handshake, and I'll take that off for you, don't worry. Thank you. Take care.
Have a good day, guys.
Sounds good, brother. Are you alright? Sounds good, Habibi. You okay?
Big fan from America.
MashaAllah. Where?
Washington, D.C.
Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
My brother's from Washington.
Yes, sir.
Alhamdulillah.
Appreciate all the dawah work you guys are doing and making it clear for the younger generation like myself. Like we have a lot of scholars in America too, but it's not like how you guys have it out here. It's like very raw, you know what I mean?
Alhamdulillah, yeah. It is.
People are blessed here, you know. So I guess it's like trial and error. A lot of the youth, back in the days got lost, and this is like the results, the fruits,
Who knows, bro?
Right?
Who knows? Dua of our parents, who knows?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
But America, we're in the process of trial right now, you know what I mean?
That's right. Subhanallah. How are you finding it? First time at Speaker's Corner?
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, I watch a lot of videos, so it's, I kind of knew what I was signing up for.
Yeah.
It's really cool, We don't have anything like this over there.
Alhamdulillah.
I mean, there's freedom of speech, but it's nothing like this.
Thank you, brother. You're the only one that takes all of them, bro. Allah bless you.
Which one is your one? Is that your one?
Yeah, these are mine. Yeah, sorry, I had to because we...
انا كاتب روبوت باسم روبوت تكتب اسم مسير تقول مسير يعني انا عندي مسير ما عنده قرار ما عنده يعني خيار يعني حصل رساله عندهم قرار عندهم قرار يرفض نعم معناته الله عنده القدره يجيب شخص مخير لا وين صدق كريم الله شي يقول انا عديناه السبيل اما كافر واما شكور ايش هاي
زيشان زي